productive players, started a lot of games at Louisville. I guess what went into the decision to transfer and to kind of look for a new home?
Yes, sir. I was just looking for a place, to get back closer to home. Being out of Louisville is kind of difficult for me sometimes during part of the season to I couldn't see my family, so I just felt like I needed to get back closer to home.
Irish Phil with War Champ.
Yeah, following up on that, I know you had a relationship with Coach Woodson and Coach Yak going back to when you were in high school. Were they? Did you reach out to them right away, or did they reach out to you right away once you went in the portal? How did that all come about?
When I entered the portal, Coach Woodson had texted my phone, and he was just telling me, I couldn't get you in high school, so I need to get you here. So we already knew each other. He recruited me when he was at Auburn. Coach Yak from New Orleans, so we always had that mutual, respect. We always had a bonding relationship, so I knew coming here would be, a real good decision for myself.
Chris Meade, 247.
Hey, Greedy, what do you expect your role to be as far as position? Nickel, corner, safety? Where do you think you line up, or do you move all around?
We not in like spring ball right now yet, so I can't really tell you. But when I was talking to Coach Phil in the portal, he was telling me that I was going to be listed as a DB. So therefore, as of right now, I'm going to be all over the field, or in the position in the defense to where that's best for the defense.
Kurt Weiler, Tallahassee Democrat.
You obviously played against Coach Norvell and Coach Fuller the last few years. I guess what were your impressions of them when you went in the portal, and I guess maybe even before that, if you had any?
Impressions. I didn't have not too many. Just was playing football. At the time I was at Louisville, so I was just looking at it like another team, just preparing for another game. So that's how it was.
Brendan.
For people who haven't watched you play yet, can you kind of describe your game? I guess what you think you do well and things that you want to work on here the next couple of years at FSU.
I think you're getting a scrappy player. A lot of people look at him and be like, he's small, but scrappy. Exciting, disciplined player, fun to watch, things like that. What I need to work on, I'm not too sure yet. I've been working on it, checking to see.
Ira.
Talk about being scrappy. Are you a talker on the field?
Sometimes, yes, sir. Just depends.
And Aslan with War Champ. Nope, I'm sorry. Brendan again.
So there's quite a bit of defensive backs on the roster. Greedy, what have you got in terms of understanding how you'll be able to compete for playing time? And I guess, is that something that's attractive that there's so many guys on the roster that you're going to be battling against?
Right now, we in off season, so right now I'm just focusing on right now just focusing on myself, doing the best I could do day in and day out, continuing to build relationships with the players in the room, and then when the time come of battling for position, then that'll be. But right now I got some time to just focus on the group, and just not as far as competing right now, just building a relationship and getting that respect.
Aslan with War Champ.
Greedy, from just a pure football perspective, what do you like about Tallahassee? What do you like about Florida State so far that you've seen that feels different, that you feel is putting you probably maybe in a better spot to be successful than your previous institution?
What I see is, not trying to badmouth anyone, but not saying that Louisville was the same way, but, I see a coaching staff that really cares for their players. I see players that really, care for the other players, not wanting to let each other down, holding each other accountable, having constant communication throughout the day on the little things, just motivating each other day in and day out, things like that. So.
Ira.
You guys have a lot of Louisiana guys on the roster. Did you know any of these guys before you got here? What's it like just having some guys from near where you came from?
Yes, sir. I know all of them, actually. But, it just make me more comfortable, make me get adjusted faster, just knowing I got some people around me that, that I come from the same place with. So, that just make me, adapt faster and feel more comfortable.
Chris Nee.
What have the first couple weeks of tour duty been like for you here, and anything stand out about work with the strength
Oh, toward due to that, it's at the end of the day you're working hard, so it's a challenge. But you know, it's nothing that I never seen before, so it's not no shocker, no surprise. So that's all.
Matt Baker, Tampa Bay Times.
Hey, Greedy, obviously the transfer process is kind of a second chance to be recruited. What was kind of different for you about going through this process the second time around compared to when you were doing it out of high school?
Like it was just so crazy, just bringing back that recruiting experience. Like I'm really in the portal, I'm really getting offers by schools that didn't actually offer me at high school. Like just going through the whole process again just brought back a lot of memories and like a good feeling to where like it's like that reassurance, like saying like, okay, we want you, we know how good you are, just at the third. So I think that was a really good feeling. But at the same time, I wasn't in it. Like I just knew I had to make a quick decision fast because I wasn't a person that wanted to be in the portal a long time and be playing around my decision. So
Aslan.
I guess I could just Google this and look it up, Greedy, but what's the Greedy Vance story? How did we get the nickname Greedy? Who gave it to you? How long you been going by Greedy?
So Andres Williams, Greedy Williams, he went to LSU. He inspired me a lot coming out of high school, and I actually went to LSU camp, and he was there, and I was competing really well. He was talking to me there, so I was like, that's who I want to be like. So that's why I came up with it. Then it really stuck to me after my senior year. I had a really good year. I had caught 9 interceptions. So
Brendan.
Have you been able to participate in the player-run practices, and if so, any wide receivers kind of sticking out that you've enjoyed going up against so far?
We do some extra work after workouts. Malik is pretty good. That's probably the only person that I've been working with so far. I know Ja'Kai Douglas is pretty good. That's probably about it that I've been working with a lot.
Kurt.
You said you're kind of more worried right now establishing those relationships as opposed to worried about what your role is, what playing time, competing, all that. Who are those guys you kind of built those earlier relationships with on the team?
Marion Cooper, Kevin Knowles, Jarian Jones, Johnson. What is it? What's his last name? I'm sorry, I just got here. I'm sorry. Jarian. Who else is in the room? Kent. That's probably about it so far.
Ira.
And, I know all corners try to be all around, good corners that can man and zone and different schemes, but do you have a preference, or where do you feel like you're strongest?
Man-to-man. Yes, sir. I like to do man-to-man.
Sorry, go back to Ira.
No problem. Just the challenge, is that the part that you like the most, just kind of knowing it's just you against that guy?
Yes, sir. It's kind of just like betting on yourself. You know, that's the only reason you'll know how good you is when you bet on yourself and going against the best people. So